Hello, this is a very short tutorial about SketchUp. Um, Not really designed for comprehensive introduction, but some really simple basic stuff. And also, I will talk quickly about how to use AI in SketchUp. It's called diffusion. So you can use algorithm to imagine what the building might looks like. Okay. So I will start with some really basic thing on SketchUp. So first, when you open SketchUp, use your middle button. You can hold, change the camera view. You use the middle view, zoom in, zoom out. You can roll the view. If you're holding Shift, you can do the pan. So this is the basic manipulation of views in SketchUp. To create a 3D model is very easy. You can do lines. You can do basic shapes. So for example, I want to create a box 20 feet, 20 feet by 20 feet, right? So to do that, I can start with a rectangle. Then here I can type, if you pay attention to the bottom right, you'll see the dimensions are updating, right? So that means if I type 20 feet, right, and then comma, 20 feet, comma, and then enter. So I now create this rectangular shape 20 feet by 20 feet. If I want to push this, I use the push tool. We call it push and pull. So click, you can move up. So here again, pay attention to the bottom right. You have the distance. So right now, if I type 20 feet, enter. So that's 20 feet high, right? So that's how you create a 20 by 20 by 20 box with the correct dimension. So this is your starting point of a massing model. And then I will go ahead to create some basic details. For example, you can create a circle. If you create a circle and then if you push, right, you can basically push this new surface inward, so you can create a negative space. This could be a really easy way if you want to cut something that looks like a window or something on the facade. You can definitely do it directly by adding these shapes to it. You can also using the arrow key, left, right, up and down. This is how you can lock the axis. So once you lock it, then you can push it. So that's how you can add in details. Yeah, there's many ways you can manipulate. So if you always if you create a new lines here, then if I push, so now you have this new face. You can sculpt the geometries. So you can adding this over time, right? And then I can push the new face maybe inward, maybe this one upward a little bit. Then you can do another line, maybe I don't know, maybe here, right? I want some kind of like entrance, so push inward, right? So this feels like entrance, yeah. And then I will do another line. So there's many ways you can uh, manipulate the form. I push this a little bit upward, right? So that's kind of like a canopy, right? Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I will continue adding details. I will maybe add another line here, and then I will push this forward. That looks pretty good. And then maybe adding another circle, maybe. Let's do a circle here. Right. And then I will push that. It's kind of a little bit awkward now, but that's okay. Right, so you have this basic form. Yeah, so that's it. And then I can triple click, select everything. Can right click. I can group this, make a group. Um, so they will be selected as a single object. You can also do Control C, Control V. That's how you make copies. I don't know. Maybe I just want to stacking this on the top. Right. So here, if you use Move, right. Again, we'll use Move. You can use Up key to log to the Z-axis. I can use the left and the right to lock to X and Y axis. So it's pretty handy. So here I want to move up a little bit. Maybe I think I want to do a double height space. Maybe I want to just move a little bit on this way too. So that looks pretty complicated building here. Okay. Yeah, so that's how you can start manipulating a geometry. If you do want to edit the original group, you can go to edit group, then you can go inside, and then you can continue to manipulate the form. So maybe here I want to just simply do a circle, and then I will push something down as a column. Okay, so I think that's the form I have. All right, yeah, so that's basic, and also you can apply the materials and other things in the future. So right now I don't really care too much about the material because it's a massing model, right? But I do want to open my, maybe turn on the shadow, so it's a little bit easier. I can see the shadows right here, shadow. Then I'm going to show you how to use AI to create some really quick visualization, some concept. So the tool I'm gonna use is called diffusion, which is extension in SketchUp. So here if I go to extension window, I go to warehouse, and here you can search the tool called diffusion. Right, it's very similar like a stable diffusion if you heard about it. It's an AI tool. You can go ahead, download, install. Then it gives you the option you can quickly create different styles, adding details on your SketchUp model. It's not as powerful as Midjourney, I have to say, but it's still pretty decent because it's within SketchUp. Okay. So after installation, you should be able to see a diffusion showed up, or you can see this from the toolbox right here, diffusion. So I will go ahead and run the app. So this is the diffusion. The first thing you want to pay attention is this screen. This is basically refresh whatever you have in Rhino. So if I change my view and refresh, you will see our new view gonna show up here. And then you can generate, we call it style. I will go straight to clay model because right now I don't really have many materials yet. So I will go to clay model. In the settings, you can define how close you want AI to generate the image based on the geometry or the prompt. So right now I don't have any prompt, so I leave this empty. So this will treat it as an abstract model, right? No prompt. The clay model style is the white clay single color soft shadow style. So I will just using default and click generate. Just see what we have. Okay. So now you see the SketchUp diffusion is making all the calculations based on the the image here, and hopefully we can see some really nice renderings out of it. So right now I'm just using the clay model without any prompt. Okay, so here we go. Right, you have 3 of them. Let's make it a little bit large. This actually looks pretty good, right? Okay, yeah. So you see it's not exactly the same as your original model. They tweak the lighting, the shadow a little bit, but this could be a nice way you can generate ideas quickly. So here you can definitely experiment different settings. So right now is respect model geometry as 0.9. I wonder if I just drag it to really low and generate what kind of geometry you can have with very little respect to the original geometry. Yeah, we're just experimenting something. Right, so maybe we'll see some deviation from the original form. I'm recording this in real time. Wow. You see this model is completely dissolved. Pretty interesting. So maybe you can try something in the middle, right? Not too low. I think the original is zero point 0.6. Let's give 0.5. Maybe 0.5. Maybe 0.6. Right. So it's quite experimental. You have to play with it until you find something you really like. It's a powerful conceptual modeling tool. You can sometimes surprise you with new ideas. I also feel like sometimes if you switch the view angle, because SketchUp is very much based on architectural form. Oh, what happened? It's interrupted. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't really update during the calculation. So let me just using this thing generate again. All right, each time you change your view, just make sure you refresh the input view. Let's see, hopefully this will be some new updates. Seems like the server is very busy. Oh, here we go. We got some new called hallucinations of space. Right. Yeah, it's not exactly the same as before. All right. Anyway, I just want to give you this pretty wonderful tool. You can play with the different ideas. Then you can, save the file. Then you can create a collage of different version of your design. Okay. Thank you. I think that's it. All right. I think maybe it's a good idea just show you a few more testing I did. So one testing is I have a blue sky, so I give a prompt is a wood building against blue sky. It seems like the AI did a good job in some version, but some version they just don't really understand which part is the sky. That's quite interesting. I also did some settings, drag the different weight to make a lower weight, and then using the same prompt with the wood. I just want to see if the AI is able to tell which part is wood, which part is actually sky. It's pretty interesting. It generated many different versions. Again, this could be a really cool way. You can get some ideas. So this is more like urban, super clustered, dense, complex. Some of them are very abstract. So even though this is already deviated from my original idea, but I think it's still pretty interesting, and maybe you can capture some of this moment, and so later we'll model this in Revit. Hopefully you will still be able to see, hey, maybe I really want to find a way preserve some of this really nice value. Yeah, so these are all the kind of hallucinations from the AI based on your image. But anyway, I just want to show this here, and I think the SketchUp is a wonderful tool. You can easily create some really great graphics using very basic input. Okay, so hopefully this diffusion will give you that freedom. Thank you.